Good morning. This is Tom Callos. It's morning here in Hawaii, 8:57. If you're receiving this video cast, it's because you're on my mailing list, and thank you for opting in. I'm going to talk for a couple minutes about the business of the martial arts and the radically changed environment that you teach in today and run your business in, as opposed to what it was just a few years ago. Some of the radical changes include this ability for me to send you this video. It used to be enormously expensive and time-consuming, and you had to go through all kinds of steps, and now I click a button, I'm in my house, I talk to you. This changes the way you talk to the media, to your parents, to the students of your parents, to prospective members, to everybody. And how you store information, and the examples that you can give to your students. Imagine, instead of going to a championship and having nobody see it, now you can film it, put it on your site as an example of the best kinds of competition, or the best kinds of forms, or the best kind of exercise, or things that they should never do, or the customs and traditions. This has changed everything. Access to information. When I used to advertise, it was hard to find out whether my ads were working or not. Well, now my ads are on the internet, and I push one button and I can see who clicked up to the minute. And so I get instant feedback and access to education, to finding out who's doing what. The networks on Facebook, I have 1,000 people on my Facebook. If I put out a note, it reaches 1,000 of my peers. And if I even get 1% response, it's more than just sitting in your school, doing this, not knowing what's going on, or how to access information about answering the phones, or paying staff, or any aspect of school management. Not only are there a plethora of companies, but you can network with a huge, vast amount of people that was before difficult or impossible. You also can find training and examples of videos and lessons from masters, and just about anything that you could possibly want on the internet in seconds. I've mentioned it before, but I think my son learns more jiu-jitsu from the internet than he does training down at BJ's Academy sometimes. Advertising and promotion has completely changed. What we used to spend money on now is just an absolute waste of the dollar. And there's a whole new science around promotion, advertising, and reaching people in your community who might be compelled to come in and take lessons from you. And how about the costs of things? The costs of living, the cost of paying staff, the cost of advertising and promotion, the cost of your facilities. Example of facility costs, just grappling alone has radically changed the way we run our schools because of the herpes virus, because of staph and ringworm and all those things. That stuff can shut you right down. And so how we maintain our facilities and what they look like and what services and amenities they have, that's all changed. Oh, and not to mention the economy, of course. I think I might have mentioned that. And people's consciousness. People's consciousness has changed, and martial arts is, I think, more popular and more prevalent in the media now than it ever has been. So we live and work in a radically changed environment. Now, this has a lot to do with the work you see coming out of my offices. The BJ Penn Live Like a Champion project, the Ultimate Black Belt Test, the New Way Network, which is very important. It's an all-new radical way to approach training your staff, training your instructors, living the life, and reaching people in your community, reforming and reformatting our message and our methods, so that, obviously, there's somebody backing up out here, to address these radical changes in the work environment. I think one of the big detriments of the primary consulting companies is most of those people are 10 years behind the curve. They were 10 years behind the curve 5 years ago, and now they're living, they're trying so hard to catch up, but they're constrained by the limits of how they disseminate information and how they know how to run their schools. You don't have to be that way. So thank you for letting me bend your ear. Keep an eye on bjpenn.com. Go there and sign up for the Live Like a Champion newsletter. Go to the New Way Network. That's a area exclusive association where you're not, the guy down the street's not going to get the same material as you are, so you can get a leg up, so you can be ahead of the curve. That's at thenewaynetwork.com. We have a number of things going on. Just go to tomcallos.com and sign up for the email, or on our email list there, and I'll try to keep you ahead of the curve too. All right, thanks for letting me bend your ear, and I hope to talk to you again soon. Thanks.